We are in the Saveur Test Kitchen, and today we are talking about their new book, Soups and Stews. Large topic. Tell me a little bit about sort of how this book came about and what is in the book.
Totally. So this book is really a celebration of global cuisine. Saveur, we've been around for about 21 years. So with 100 different recipes in there, it really showcases seasonal ingredients and authentic flavors, from a chicken and walnut stew in Iran to, a simple shrimp curry in Thailand. We travel the globe and kind of bring these flavors into your own home.
And especially for global cuisine, is soup kind of the one thing that every culture has? Like, nobody doesn't have soup.
Exactly. I think that soup really is the foundation for a lot of different things in people's lives.
And do you feel like soup is more forgiving? Like, it's an easier topic for people to begin cooking with because you can kind of throw more stuff into it?
Totally. You can get really creative with a lot of the recipes in this book and just in soups in general.
Wonderful. So you're going to make us a soup today that, is one of those things that people sort of think of as being a classic, but you've got a little twist on it. So what are we making?
We are making a smoked tomato soup. So the difference with this tomato soup, that as opposed to a classic tomato soup, is that we are smoking the tomatoes, which adds a really nice depth of flavor and intensity to, a real basic kind of concept.
So to get started with our smoked tomato soup, what do we need? What do we have to have on hand?
So what we need is a Cameron smoker. Now you can get this smoker on Amazon or your local hardware store.
Right.
You also need wood chips. So what we have here are hickory wood chips. You could also use mesquite or any other kind of flavor, but something a bit not too strong. So this is a bit mild. The thing about these wood chips for an indoor smoker is that they're finer than wood chips you would find for an outdoor smoker, which are bigger kind of
so buy the right
wood pieces. Exactly. So it's really simple to use. And if you don't have one of these smokers or don't want to invest in one, you could do this exact same thing with a stock pot in your home.
Right, okay.
So what we'll do is, this is about 2 tablespoons of wood chips, and we'll just pile them up right in the middle of the smoker. Spread them out a little bit, but have a nice little pile going there. And then just put the drip tray right back on top. We'll put our plum tomatoes in here. So this is 3 pounds of plum tomatoes, and they'll just go skin side down all along the grate of here. You can buy smoke oils or salts, and if you wanted to use whole peeled canned tomatoes for this recipe and do it as is, and then finish it with a drizzle of smoke oil or smoke salt, you could do that. It's not going to be the exact same kind of intensity of flavor, but but it'll work.
But you can do it. So you can tweak it as you like.
Yes, totally. So what we'll do is we'll put the lid on this guy. So we're going to get that on, and we'll put it on pretty high and just wait until we start to see some smoke come out of there. We'll get a timer going for 7 minutes and let it smoke for 7 minutes, and then we'll turn it off and leave it on for additional 10 minutes.
Got it.
So while that's going, we're going to heat up our stock pot here with some oil. This is nice olive oil, about 1/3 of a cup. And get that nice and warm, and we're gonna cook our onions and half the garlic. So this is about 10 cloves of garlic.
Serious garlic.
We're not gonna use all. We're gonna use 5 cloves in here.
All right, so we got 5 cloves of garlic, onions. I feel like onions are pretty much in any soup recipe.
Yes, so onion is one of those ingredients that, it is a building block of any kind of good soup. So we thinly sliced onion here. You can dice it, roughly chop it, whatever, because in the end, the soup is gonna get pureed. So it doesn't matter what it looks like.
So do whatever you want.
Half the garlic in there.
Unless you want to be really aggressive.
Exactly. And we're gonna let this just cook down and, get nice and soft. It'll take about, 7 to 8 minutes. We're gonna add 1 cup of red wine in here. And
now we're talking.
Yeah, exactly, And I recommend always cooking with wine that you're gonna be drinking with. So, it can be something that is a $10 bottle. It can be, maybe a $30 bottle, whatever.
Right.
But regardless,
the quality of the wine will affect the quality of your soup.
Exactly.
So don't go with the bargain basement.
Exactly. So we're gonna bring this to a boil and let it reduce by about half. And so those onions are gonna get a nice deep kind of wine flavor in there as well, which is delicious.
And about how long should that take?
It'll take about 5 to 7 minutes as well.
Okay.
So we're gonna take these tomatoes and add them in. So, you can smell that already. It's amazing, right? It's pretty intense.
A lot.
And they're gonna continue to stew for another 45 minutes to an hour. So we'll add our 2 cups of chicken stock. If you'd like, if you're vegetarian, use vegetable stock.
Easy.
A little bit of salt and pepper. And this we're gonna bring to a boil. And this is going to cook and stew for about like 45 minutes to an hour. Get nice and thick, and these smoked tomatoes are gonna really develop an amazing flavor in here. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add in some sage, roughly chopped, and tarragon, and then sherry vinegar. So after that, we're going to blend it. Now, we have a stick immersion blender here to use. If you don't have one of these, you can, use a normal blender or a food processor even. So, we'll do a final taste. It's pretty good.
So smoky.
Put a little bit of salt in there.
It's really good. What do you serve with this tomato soup?
So you could finish it with, there we go, a little bit of creme fraiche. What I like to do, garlic butter. Half that garlic that we used before, mixed with some softened butter. What more can you ask for?
Thank you so much for teaching us how to make this amazing riff on classic tomato soup with a little bit of smoky flavor. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And obviously, if you want this recipe and more, you can always buy the book. It is Soups and Stews by the editors of Saveur. Thank you.
Thank you so much.